Such a pleasure and privilege to be speaking to all of you. Of course, everyone from that's joining from all over the world, but specifically to the 2023 students joining us or joining TUT this year on the cusp of an amazing journey. It really is an amazing journey, and it's one of the most rewarding and possibly most exciting industries that you could have chosen. As mentioned, my name is Kailen Padayachee, and I have the privilege of joining you and speaking to you today as a fellow conservation biologist, but as well as a director of a foundation that I co-founded a few years ago called KaiNav Conservation Foundation. This career, this industry, the conservation industry, has taken me all over the world. It's given me the opportunity to work with some amazing people from some amazing countries at the far reaches of the world. It's given me the opportunity to work with in so many aspects of conservation and wildlife science, from birds of prey to anti-poaching, environmental education, and even tourism. But my journey, and that's why I'm here today, my journey in conservation started right here many years ago in where you're sitting, TUT, as a conservation student at the department. And it's a privilege to just discuss with you why I chose conservation, why conservation plays such a big role in my life, and also share some of the opportunities awaiting each and every one of you that choose to take on this amazing but challenging career. So I'm hoping everybody can hear me. Aisha, all good? Perfect. So I know for a lot of students, not only at TUT, but all over the world, starting off in conservation, it can be very, very daunting, right? It's a huge, complex industry. And so I like to look at it as a big umbrella. With this umbrella, underneath, you have a number of disciplines or aspects that hang, that make up this larger industry: ecologists, wildlife veterinarians, community conservation officers, environmental education, like what we saw earlier with Leuven. All these disciplines and aspects make up what we know as conservation, nature conservation, or environmental conservation. They all play an important role in contributing to the conservation of species and landscapes in their very own way. And they all contribute, and that's why we touch on them when we're studying a subject like nature conservation. Now, you'll notice when I speak about conservation, the conservation industry, I speak of a career, not a job, because that's exactly what it is. Conservation, nature conservation as a whole, no matter which discipline you fall under, is so much more than a job. And in fact, the more time you dedicate to this industry, the more it becomes a lifestyle. Yeah, you're going to make a living out of it, which is great. But at the end of the day, you end up living, eating, drinking, dreaming conservation. That's what it is, right? You wake up in the morning, that's the first thing on your mind. And it's weird because it's an industry that is often notoriously undervalued and underestimated by the general population on Earth. But unlike many other careers that you could have chosen from, conservation plays an integral part in every living person's life, right? At the end of the day, nature provides various different services and products that, quite frankly, human beings cannot survive without. Fresh water, food, even medicine is derived in one way or another from nature. And it's our job as conservation specialists to ensure that nature remains as healthy as possible, to continue providing us with these products and services that we so desperately need. So the majority of us here today, my fellow speakers, and even you guys getting ready to embark on this journey, most of us have chosen or have chosen to follow this career path out of love, right? You heard Leuven mention how much she loves wildlife and nature. Most of us have actually made this decision because of that love. It's a very selfish reason, but through that choice, we have an incredible responsibility. We need to conduct our work on a daily basis to the best of our ability, not just to protect what we love, nature and wildlife, but also to ensure that humans and our communities, both local and international, continue to thrive. We need nature. Nature doesn't need us. And that's our responsibility as these specialists. Now, for many of you sitting at TUT today, and a lot of you joining in from all over the world that are embarking on your careers, it's a little bit, you know, I understand that many of you have no idea where you want to end up in the industry, and that's absolutely okay. I'm here to tell you that's fine. Students tend to have a little bit of a crisis in the beginning, hearing all the possible things that you can do, looking at our titles here as speakers and kind of bouncing off the walls thinking, what are you going to do? It's all right. Take it easy. You got plenty of time to figure out where you're going to be. Studying nature conservation, and from my experience specifically at TUT, will provide you with the fundamentals to understand the conservation industry and operate in this industry. And the course, believe me, will, when I say will in capital letters, open your eyes. It'll open your eyes to what's out there. What are the disciplines that, you know, what do these disciplines offer, and what do they mean in the bigger picture of conservation? And when you're done with this course, and possibly even before you're done with the course, you'll start to realize not only what discipline better suits you, but also what interests you the most. Where do your passions actually lie? For those students sitting in TUT now, if you take a look around, there's a few lecturers that are going to be lecturing you that were my lecturers when I was in TUT. And if you go to them after this talk and chat to them, they'll tell you how when I started, I was not at all interested in terrestrial conservation. I wanted to be a marine biologist, like Aisha, actually, right? I wasn't interested in learning about plants, identifying trees. That was my worst nightmare, actually. I wanted to work with marine species and marine ecosystems. But it was only through following the process of this course that I found my true passion, which is raptor ecology and conservation. So much so that now I'm about to finish a PhD specializing in conservation biology, but specializing in raptors and birds of prey around the world. I would have never found that if it wasn't for the process in TUT Nature Conservation's course. So what I'm trying to tell you all, whether you're at TUT or whether you are at any other university, if you're starting out in this industry, the larger conservation and wildlife industry, trust the process, follow the process, be open to the opportunities that these courses are going to provide you, and you'll find your way, I promise you. So before I finish off, I'd like to leave you guys all with a message. And if you walk away today with nothing else but this message, then I'll be happy. And that is, understand not only how privileged you are to be chosen as part of this group, and this is specifically for the students at TUT, to be chosen as part of the 2023 TUT Nature Conservation Group. Understand that privilege. Not everybody gets to work in conservation. It is an absolute privilege to be part of this industry, but also understand the incredible responsibility that you're taking on as an African conservationist. Always remember how important your role is as a conservationist, even when everyone around you doesn't. Remember that, live by it, because they use that love and that passion that you have now to fuel you through those hard days, because they will be there, definitely. What you're doing is important. Keep at it. We're at a perfect position right now to become world leaders in environmental conservation. We have everything we need to lead the way. Large natural areas, high biodiversity. Possibly the most important, to me at least, is young African conservationists that are ready and willing to prove themselves in this industry. So with that, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to chat to you all today. And good luck. Good luck with your journey ahead. It's going to be a fruitful one, I hope. And I really hope I get to see you all in the field one day soon.